people will probably come in. So welcome, friends. This is our Monday night meetup that we do every Monday. And I am really excited for tonight because we have Emerald Leesa Atkinson as our guest. She is fabulous. Now, listen, some of you may have heard her at Leaders Retreat, but I was telling my team, I said, I think you are the most down-to-earth, authentic, genuine, hilarious person that I've ever heard speak. So I thank you for being on, and I'm just going to turn it over to you, Leesa.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys, for having me. That was like the best introduction. Thank you so much. I will try not to disappoint. I'm not really that funny. I'm mostly just dorky. Feel free to laugh at me. We always do. I laugh at myself. Okay, I will tell you, first of all, I am 53 years old and I have bifocals. I cannot see the chat while I'm doing this. So if you want to interrupt, please just start talking. All right, interrupt. If you're asking me a question, I'll try to look and it's really weird. So I'm going to tell you ahead of time. Feel free to unmute, or if you're not muted, jump in and just start talking. All right. I have been invited here. I'm very excited. Just that you guys let me come in, and my friend Amanda actually reached out and was like, how about you come on? So I am very glad to. Oh, I almost saw that one from Jamie. Jamie, did we not tell you don't type in there? No, I'm distracted. So glad you're here. I'm glad to be here too. I said don't type. All right. So I know I'm not going to look. Oh, I'm going to read it. I know it is what it is. Okay. So I have allegedly 10 minutes. I will stick to 10 minutes. But I really will try, you guys. I promise I'm going to try. It's not going to happen, but we're going to try. Okay. I'm just going to start talking. You guys ask questions if you need to. I want to tell you just a little bit about my journey. I actually started Plexus back in 2000. I don't know, because I quit. Okay. I started, and then, nothing happened. I didn't go anywhere. It was no big drama, no big, team issues, no big anything. It just, quote unquote, wasn't working, which, can we all just say, really, it was me. It was totally me. It almost always is, right? When someone's like, Plexus isn't working, you're like, okay, are you taking it every day? Well, no, but, and you're like, okay, say less, fam. That was me. I was, it's just not working. And so, I stopped doing it. And then I started again. And then I stopped again, kind of. Okay. So then I came back, and I think it was like 2000, I want to say 17. I'm going to say 17. I started to come back, and there's my husband. Hi, Brian. Welcome to my world, you guys. Sorry. It is what it is. I started to come back, and we were at a place in our life where we were just really struggling. I was financially, and I was in a previous time, I was the main breadwinner in our family. My husband, we're a ministry family. My husband's in full-time ministry, and like full-time urban ministry, which means you get paid this much in regular ministry, this much in urban ministry, right? So, and I was the one making the money. And then we had kids, and I got laid off. And for about 1 minute, we went, oh, what are we going to do? And then we went, wait a minute, this is what we feel like, the Lord wants for our family, for us, for our family, not for yours, for mine, for me to be home with my kids. Right. And that was what I wanted. And so we took it as, you know what, this is a sign, so we sent him out into big bad corporate America from being in ministry full time. So he was kind of getting his footing, and we were living on that salary, and we just, weren't really making ends meet, especially coming from up here and now dropping to here. And I remember, we tried Duplexus and it didn't work. We tried, made a couple $100, knew nothing about what we were doing. I mean, nothing. Where I would get someone to be, it was back when everyone had to join as an ambassador, right? Join as an ambassador. And then I would pray they didn't call me or need anything. I'm like, just let them get through the month and not send it back or ask me a question. I didn't know anything. They'd be like, what's in this? I'm like, I don't know. What makes it pink? I don't know. Is it strawberries? I'm allergic to strawberries. You probably shouldn't buy it then, because I don't know. Like, that's literally where I was. I had zero help. And if you know anything about me, I am not trying to research. I will tell you that right now. If you want to know the intricacies of something, I'm not your girl. I am not the one to ask. I'm like, I will tell you lots of stuff, but how it works, my answer is going to be, just try it. Just try it. Oh my gosh, forget all that. Just try it. All right. So I was sitting in my car and just kind of complaining, we're ministry family, we're tithing, we're doing all the things that, that I think I need to do. And well, I mean that I do, but you know, I mean the things, Lord, we're doing all these things. And I was really just kind of complaining because had no money and my husband was in the house with our 2 kids. And I was literally sitting in my driveway going, God, we're sinking, we're drowning here. What are we going to do? We're living like we think you need us to live, and we're doing all the things, and we're still just, broke. And what are we going to do? And okay, so in that time, and I think you've all heard the story, or hopefully, if not, you're going to hear it again, about where there's this guy and the floods come and it starts to rain, and the car drives by, and the guy's like, get in, it's getting ready to flood, we're gonna drive you to safety. He's like, nope, God's gonna save me, I asked him to save me. And the guy's like, okay. Then it gets real high and a boat rows by, and the boat's like, get in, I'm gonna row you to safety, the floods are gonna come, you're gonna drown. And he's like, no, I've asked God to save me, I'm good, off you go on your way, waiting on God. He's like, okay. So the floods are so high that this guy is standing on his roof. All right. And he's like, oh my gosh, like he's barely able to stand on his roof. The floods are so high. A helicopter, flies by, drops down a ladder. Hey, grab on, we're going to pull you to safety. The guy's like, that's okay. Go ahead. I'm waiting on God. He's going to save me. Well, guy dies, goes to heaven. And he's like, God, what happened? What happened? I asked you to save me and you didn't save me. What happened? I had faith. I did all the things. And God was like, I sent you a car. I sent you a boat. I sent you a helicopter. Okay. That whole scenario went through my mind in about 3.2 seconds. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was like God showing me, I sent you Plexus 2 or 3 times now. I sent you a way out and you are not capitalizing on it. And I was all, I was like, okay, all right. So that was the time when I came back and I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. All right. So I was, for the longest time, I was on the leaderboard every week for like 2 years straight. Okay. Yay. Only I wasn't ranking up. Boo. So, but I mean, it was really exciting because I was getting all the prizes and all the things, but I wasn't really doing anything with my business. And I'm saying that to say, if you're at a place where you're feeling like, I don't know what else to do, I don't know what else to do. I'm doing what I can do. And I'm just so far into it. And I don't know if I can move the needle or whatever. I'm telling you guys, you can. All right. So what I decided, I was like, okay, I'm doing everything I know how to do. And I still was like, well, maybe this isn't for, maybe I'm, it isn't for me. Maybe not, I just can't do it. Not that, but maybe I'm focusing on, like, maybe this is just not what God has for me. Right. Even though we just had that whole big thing, right? I'm slow apparently, but I was like, maybe I should be doing something else. So I just decided, my husband and I were like, look, we love them. We were probably at that point, I think I was I want to say, a lot of stuff happened in between there, but okay, let's go to the point where I'm a gold ambassador. We're at the point of maybe, we should do this. Maybe we shouldn't. We said, let's give it a year. Okay. If in a year I haven't, because I was a gold ambassador for like 3 years. If I hadn't ranked up past gold, then we would stop and focus on something else, do something else. But we decided to give it a year. And that year I remember praying and going, God, we're going to, like a fleece. We're going to put out a fleece to you, and if this is what we're supposed to do, I am going to, do this. I'm doing everything I can do. And I remember thinking, I'm not doing everything I can do. I'm doing everything that's comfortable to do. I'm doing everything now. So here's the deal. I have no, there's no comfort zone that I try to break out of as far as talking to people. You can tell me, no, don't ever call me again about Plexus. And I promise you, as God is my witness, I will call you the next day and go, but did you know about this? Okay. I don't care. I have no shame. I'm not afraid of no's. I love going for the no's, all the thing. I'm like, let's go. To me, it's all a big fun competition. Against myself. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got 12 no's yesterday. I wonder how many I can get today. I mean, I'm a little bit of a freak show over there, but so there's no comfort zone where that's concerned. But I was working when I thought it was convenient to work, doing what I thought I could do. And I finally just decided, let me see what happens if I go all in. And I didn't even know what that meant. So I started just kind of thinking about it and just, praying about it, writing it down. And I just finally went, well, I was working part-time, right? I was working when my kids were at school, had to get my kids ready, drop them off, pick them up and all that stuff. And I'm like, well, they get up about 6. We all get up about 6, get out the house about 7, do our thing. And then I get home about, whatever. So we're doing the thing. And I'm like, I don't know when I could work more. And then I told my family, I'm an Emerald ambassador right now. And I said, I want to get to Emerald. Actually, what I said was I want to get to Senior Ruby. I said, if I can get to Ruby or senior Ruby. First, it was if I can get to senior gold. And then I was like, okay, nobody's going to care. Like my family's going to be like, what do you, if I can't ask them to sacrifice something? I'm like, because I want to make another 200 a month, even though we needed it. But they're like, what? But they're kids. So I said, okay, you guys want more of mommy. I want to quit my job. If I can make Ruby money, we can quit my job. If I can make senior Ruby money, we can quit my job and daddy will not freak out. We'll still be ahead. We won't just be breaking, we'll be ahead. So I was like, okay. So I talked to them. I told them, look, if you guys give me about a year, we're either going to do it or we're going to try something else. But if you give me a year to focus and to do things different and to be a little selfish with my time, because I had to get my family's buy-in, right? Otherwise it was going to be a nightmare. And it was a constant conversation. We had to have it a lot, but then you'll have more of mommy, but you got to take less of me right now to try to get this. And you guys, I started getting up right before 5. At 5 a.m., I had a cup of coffee in my hand and I was sitting in my recliner and I was working. Okay. And if my kids got up before 6, they were sitting in my lap while I was working. They were climbing on me. If they wanted to talk, I'd be like, it's mommy's work time. I'm at work right now. We can talk at 6. And they were like, okay, whatever, as much as you can, you do that, then you just kind of retrain them. Hey, it's not talk time. It's work time. Okay. All right, mommy, whatever. Can I get blah, blah, blah? Absolutely. Go ask your daddy, because I'm working. Oh, okay. We kind of had those conversations. I started getting up at 6 a.m. My work hour at lunch, I would sit at my desk, close my door, or in the lunchroom, close the door if no one else was in there, and I would work. That hour would be working. I didn't go to lunch with anyone. I brought my lunch every day because I didn't want to take the 15 minutes to go buy something and 15 minutes to come back. Now I only had 30 minutes to work instead of an hour. And then after school in the pickup line, I was, calling people until I got out where I couldn't talk anymore. That pickup line, if and then I'd be like, I'm in the pickup line, I got to go. I was talking to my team during then, get the kids home from school while I was making dinner and they were doing yogurt. I was answering text messages, reaching out, trying to lead my team. After my kids went to bed, I was working the business. At night, I got about 4 to 5 hours of sleep for about six months straight. I think, no, that's a lie. Probably for about 4.5 to 5 months straight. And I ranked up. Just all of a sudden, everything came together, and, I'm saying this not to be like, well, what am I? Because it was just how everything happened. I want to tell you guys, if you're in a place where you're thinking, hey, I'm doing everything I can do. Are you? Are you? And maybe you are, but are you? And that's only something that, you can answer for yourself. For me, it was literally, I have a really good friend who's on my team right now. And we have this conversation about once a week because she's like, oh, I didn't do what I wanted to do. And I'm like, are you doing everything? She's like, yes, I am. I'm like, what time did you get up today? And she's like, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I cannot even give you sympathy right now because you got up at 7. Isn't that great? I still get up at 6. And I've hit the rank, I don't get up at 5 because now I don't have a job to go to. But let me tell you something. I'm about to push for some other stuff. And I might I'm pretty sure I'm going to start getting up at 5 again because now my family gets up at 6, So I just want to encourage you guys, think outside the box. Think, if I were going to get, I basically got, I think something ridiculous, like a $50,000 a year raise or something, like seriously, something crazy from Plexus, right? I went from here to here. It was just something ridiculous. And it's like, if I'm going for that kind of raise in a job at a company where someone is paying me, am I going to, if I'm trying to beat someone out for that raise, for that promotion, am I going to show up at the same time that they do, or am I going to show up earlier? I'm going to show up earlier. Am I going to, go to lunch a little early and stay at lunch a little late? No, I am not. I'm going to make sure that I'm like, hey, I brought my lunch today in case you need me, boss. I'm right here. If you need, right? You're putting your most effort into it, especially if the promotion could change your life. Right. And so I don't even know where I got on this. Totally wasn't where I was going to go, but that's pretty much what happened with me. And I was able to quit my job, and now I do Plexus full time. And I got really, really ill a couple of years ago, and I couldn't work. I was on oxygen, like all the things that you're like, oh my god, yeah, that was me for a while. And I still had an income. and that was, I think I made a post about that today because I was thinking about it. It floored me that I still had an income that was more than if I had to work outside the home. And I was not physically able to work. Like I would have lost my job. I mean, they were the sweetest people. They might've said, kept my job, but I surely wouldn't have been getting paid. So, I mean, this is a fantastic opportunity that we have here. It is, I'm probably way over. It's probably like 48 minutes left. Sorry. But anyway, it's a great opportunity. And I want to encourage you guys, have fun with this. Make it so you're having fun. If you can find a way to have fun, I'm like super competitive. I know that's shocking. I am so competitive. There's a prize to get. You better believe I'm getting it. And I'm not getting it once. I'm not getting it twice. I'm getting it as many times. Like I love competing with myself or with anyone else, especially if I see that someone I'm like, they already got like 2 iPads. I better catch up. Like seriously, that's like a good time for me, right? It's a huge time for me. How many did you add? Oh, what did I add? Okay. I added 13 last month. Was that it? Yeah, I think I added 13 last month. Yeah. I like to do that. I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna get the iPad. I'm like, I don't know any more people. I don't know if I'm gonna get the iPad. That's what I told my team. I hope you guys get this iPad. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Well, I added my 3rd today. So I'm hoping, and I have one more coming on Friday. So that'll be 4. So I'm hoping I can get, in a perfect world, I'll get 2 or 3. Oh, anyway, but so for me, that's a good time. A lot of people, that's not a good time. They don't like the competition. So find out what your good time is. Find out what your good time button is, and then push it as often as you can and go have a good time and do the most. My daughter says, Mom, you're doing the most. I always do the most. Do the most with this business, do the most. Those things that if you want, I mean, if you're cool where you are, hashtag do the most. Yes, queen. If you're cool where you are, then don't do what you're doing. If you're like, I love what I'm doing. I love the amount of money that I make. I love the time that I put into it. It works perfectly for me. Then I say rock on, queen, right? I'm like, I'm all for that. But if you're like where I was at the place of there's got to be more. I can't be working this hard and earning all these prizes and still not hitting a rank and still not making enough money. This can't be how it is. Well, okay, if that's where you are, I'm telling you, find the areas that you can tighten it up. Can you get up earlier? I bet you can get up earlier. I mean, and especially if you're like my family does not know personal space. You saw my husband. I just said, I have a Zoom. I need you to get out of here. He's like, okay. He did not until we were halfway done. The only reason my daughter's not right here with us is because she's at some play rehearsal or something. And my son's in the shower. I was like, perfect time. Let me go now. So like the personal space. And I know for a fact, I can't work like I need to work when they're all home. And plus they're teenagers now. They're home and up and awake, and I can't do it. So my best hours are when everyone's gone or when everyone's asleep. So if I know I have some really, really awesome goals that I want to challenge myself to hit, and I want to hit them, and I'm tired of not hitting them, I'm going to capitalize on the best opportunity. So that means during the day when everyone's gone, or, after everyone's gone to bed. So I'm going to stay up later, or I'm going to get up super early and I'm going to do it then, or all of the above, so I think that's all I have. I can talk so much more. And you guys, the reset works. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm really excited about this. I know this isn't a product call, but the reset works. If you haven't done the reset, I've done it 8 times. I've lost 66 pounds so far.
Woo!
66.
Get it, girlfriend.
That's what I'm saying. If you guys aren't doing this reset, do the reset, and you've got to sell the reset. The reset will, I'm so serious, it will change your business, because people start it and they're like, wait, what? Wait, what just happened? They know in 3 days. It's not, you don't have to wait. It's 3 days. And they're like, what just happened? And you're like, yes, get on that triplex now. Let's lose some more. It's fantastic. All right. That's what I have. I took way too long, but does anyone have any?
No, I love it. I'm going to let
Leesa, what did you say? I wrote this down once, but you said something with the reset. It's 3 days of blank for 30 days of magic or something like that. What is the thing you say? I love it.
I did, huh? It was like, I did. It's like,
remember?
I do remember. I don't remember exactly, but it's like a 3-day, metabolic fast and detox, and then 30 days of magic,
Yeah.
So you do like this 3-day fast, and then you get the 30 days of gut health, stuff. And that's where the magic happens. The first 3 days is great. You think, oh, wow, this is fantastic. But then when you start going, wait a minute, the cravings aren't coming back. Wait a minute, I'm not really as hungry. Wait a minute, I can still, I mean, that's 30 days worth of mind-blowing magic, because then you start going, if you're like me, I have struggled with my weight. I mean, God knows I'm sexy, but I have struggled with my weight for a long time. And so for me to actually know I can do this. So like full disclosure, and I know I'm so sorry, I'm taking everyone's time. So for full disclosure, last year, so I got COVID really bad. I went in the hospital. They told me I would die that night. They told my husband I would die. They sent in a chaplain, like all the crazy stuff that you would go, what? Yeah, that all happened. And I didn't die, still here. So yeah. Jamie. So anyway, that was in 2021, and I was on oxygen through, all of the majority of 2021 and half of 2022. And it was just, I mean, I had to learn to walk again. I didn't have any brain capacity. It was just gone. I couldn't think straight, and I had just blah, whatever. I mean, it's not, don't feel sorry for me. I'm fantastic. But just to give you where I was. And okay, I totally lost my train of thought. It was going to be so good. Oh, okay. So I decided like a doofus at the beginning of last year. I said, even though I'm on oxygen and all that, right? You know what? I'm going to lose weight, and I'm going to do it publicly on the World Wide Web. So January 1st, I was like, come on, everybody, let's go on this weight loss journey with me. Well, I wasn't getting oxygen. I was getting pumped full of medication. I couldn't really move that much. Plus, I just wasn't, dude, whatever, just me, right? I literally gained 30 pounds. Every time I would lose 5, I would gain 7. I'd be like, that's okay. We're going to try it again. It was horrific, because I was like, this is really happening. Okay, well, I'm taking them on this journey. So I guess we're going to, I'm not just going to bow out now. I'm like, okay, so I'm 20 pounds up, but we're going to lose it. Like, it was so awful, but I was doing it publicly, like literally on my Facebook page. Why? I don't know. So by the time June came about, I literally was 30 pounds heavier than when I started. And I was like, oh, well, this is fun. And then we did Reset. Reset came out, and I was like, this is not going to work, but I'll try it, because nothing works for me, but I'll try it anyway. Well, I lost 15 pounds my first month, or 14. And I was like, hold up. Okay. So then I was like, if I could just get by the end of the year, this 30 pounds off of me, I will be like, okay, I started from scratch. It's good. But I got, I think 51 or something. My goal was 50. I ended up making my goal 50, and I lost like 50 by the end of last year. So all that to say, what the mindset, what the Reset did for me, it lets like people like me who struggle with this totally know, oh my gosh, I can do this. Not just I can, but I am doing it. And so for me, that's like mine.
I love that. I'm on day 1 of like my 7th or 8th reset. I'm a huge Reset fan too, because I put on weight over the past 2 years of the pandemic and nothing was working. Yeah. I needed a reset, and I was like, I'm like, this is not going to work. Why are we selling 3-day weight loss? Like, that is not what we're about. Yeah. And then I was like, whoa, I mean, my before and after pictures, people are like, are those real? I'm like, yeah. And in 3 days, like, yeah. So yeah, I love it. So Amanda, if you want to say anything, because you actually set this up with Miss Leesa, I'm going to give you a chance to jump in. And I know, Leesa, you have another call to hop off on.
I do. I'm sorry, guys.
No, I'm good.
Whole call. Yay!
I could listen to you all day, and I do want to share one little thing, how I met Leesa. So, and I encourage you to just go meet people if you want to meet people. But I saw her on stage at convention, and she was just so excited, and it was her and her daughter, and I was like, I got to meet this chick. And I had Raleigh with me. He's crying the whole time. Total cluster of that stuff. And just so happened, Amy was like, hey, we saved you seats today. I went and found her seat, and I happened to be sitting right next to Leesa, and I go, I have to know you. Tell me who you are. And since then, we've just become fast friends, and I love her dearly. We cheer each other on. And I just think, Leesa, I think you are amazing, destined for diamond, and you inspire people every single day. If you guys need a pick me up, if you guys need to know who to follow, who is God loving and has the vision for this business. Follow this chick. She's awesome.
You're awesome. Thank you so much. And Amanda, you are magical. I remember that day. You were like, I was sitting there thinking, I want to find that lady who had her daughter on the stage with her. We were all getting our emeralds that day. And this is the first time I was on the stage. I could, they canceled during the pandemic. And then right after I got out of the hospital, they had everyone go to Mexico, and my husband and doctor would not let me go. They were like, you can't walk. I was like, you could push me in a wheelchair. I want to go. So I couldn't go. And so we had this, and they were calling everyone on the stage. And so I brought my daughter with me, and I just said, I want you to get up there. And I was like, they're probably going to stop you, but just keep walking. I'll take the heat. Just keep going. She was like, okay. I said, I'm serious. Just run up there. And I said, but they didn't. It was great. They even gave her like a little, and I said, I want you to see what we did. I want you to look out and see. And so my daughter, her name is Noah, and she's very, if you know me, you'll know my daughter. And she's just like me. And so like all the diamonds know her, and that because she ditches me to go hang out with, all the, like, seriously, I'm like, where were you? She's like, oh, Celeste and I were we were outside I'm like, okay, I'm done with you already. Like, seriously. So when we were up there, I was kind of in the back trying to work my way forward. And I said, she's real tiny. So I said, get up there to the front and look and see all these people. And so, of course, everyone started going, no, taking her picture and all that. And, she's like, hey, whatever. But I needed her to see that, to see we could do anything. We can do anything. We can come from nothing and do something with your life, to the point where you're standing on a stage in front of like 5,000 people holding a big old, whatever. Okay, Megan, I can't see that. What did you say?
I'll read it to you real quick. She said, I know you have to go, but if you have time, did your message on the business spoke to her so much. Did you have favorite things that worked to finally find some business builders at that point?
Yes, I had to sell the business. Sell the business. As much as you get tired of hearing it, it's true. So, and at one point I was talking to my diamond upline, Rebecca Fouts, and I was really frustrated. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. I can sell anything. And if I'm not going to make it here, I'm going to go sell jewelry. And she was like, you can't sell anything. Sell the business. And I was like, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I got to go. Like my classic, when I'm getting mad and I don't want to talk anymore, I got to go. She was like, okay. I was like, done with her. I'm done with her. I'm done with Plexus. I'm done with this business. And my husband's like, but I mean, maybe you could sell the business. And I was like, I can sell the business. And he was like, okay, so do it. And that's what I did. I just started talking to people, and that's when everything changed. And so like, I had to call her. I was like, okay, so we had a fight and you don't know about it, but I'm ready to make up. She was like, okay, let's make up.
I mean, that's what I love. Everyone thinks there's some like secret sauce or magic bullet or something, and it's not, right? Like, you just talk to people about the business, or like you said,
that's exactly it. You talk to people about the business, and it's really, the more you do it. And this is what I tell my team, you can be like, give yourself, I'm actually helping to coach this girl who's not on my team. She is fabulous. Okay. I want her on my team so bad. I'm like, where's your upline? They have a gold mine in you. She is fabulous. She's so nervous. She's like, I've never been silver. So she told me a few months ago, and I don't know if I can do it. And she second guesses herself and all that stuff. But I'm like, look, give yourself 100 screw ups here. I'm giving myself 100 times to say this wrong. And I told her, oh my gosh, I took up your whole time. I told her how I can be late. They're not expecting me on this other call. I'm just a guest over there. Sorry. I'm like, we'll just say like, we're old friends, but make sure my daughter's not texting me. Okay. And she, oh my gosh, it was so going to be life changing. And I totally forgot that quick. It was going to, no, I forgot. Sorry. What was I saying?
Sharing the business, selling the business.
This girl you're coaching. Yep.
Oh, she was a silver. There we go. Sarah, you were awesome. She was a silver. Okay. So I know, boom, baby. So and I'm like, I'm never going to read it, but I did. So, I told her about when I first started the last job that I had, the job that I quit for Plexus, I was doing marketing for a lady, a friend of mine who's, owned a business. And she was like, okay, this is a thing. You cannot say these three things. And I swear to you, every time I picked up the phone, it was like, if you've ever seen Austin Powers with the guy with the mole, where he walks in, he's like, mole, 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 mole. And he just kept saying it. It was like, that's what I was doing. I was like, every time I pick up the phone and I'd be like, oh, like you couldn't say roll over. And I'd be like, so we can roll over. And then I'd be like, oh, I put you on hold, please. And I was like, what did I do? And I said, I gave myself 100 times to get it wrong. You're going to get this wrong 100 times. You are going to get 100 no's because you got to find out how you can talk. So give yourself 100 times to mess it up so that you can just perfect, your spiel, where you feel it's never going to be the perfect thing to say, but it's got to be something where you feel good about it, where it can just roll off your tongue and you're not like, there is an opportunity with this business that I can't, like, I don't talk like that. I would never say that, so you're going to hear me stumble. You're probably going to hear the slightly inappropriate joke. You're going to hear, I'm going to probably say, we should pray about it, something. I'm probably going to yell at my kids or my dogs halfway through the conversation. But I mean, that's real to me, but I will take that 100 times and figure out how I can do this to make it work, where when life comes up, it's still going to work. And, so I told her, give yourself 100 times to mess it up. And that's what I would say to you guys. Give yourself, she went gold last month, you guys. She went gold last month. And she's just like, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. And you just talk to people. Like, selling the business is really just telling people, casting a vision for them. Cast a vision. And they're going to be different visions for different people. Not everyone's going to have the big vision. Let's be emerald and let's go to Hawaii on Plexus Dime. Let's be a diamond. Most people are going to go, and backpedal. But most people are going to want to hear, you want to earn $300 this month? You want to earn an iPad and like $400? Okay. Refer 4 people. What is it? 6 people. Let's go. I mean, that's an easy conversation. And most of the people are going to say, no, thank you. Right. And that's cool, because guess what? I'm going to come back to them at the end of the month. And then I'm going to come back to them next month and say, okay, I know the iPad wasn't your thing, but oh my gosh, first of all, like 5 people on my team earned it, but forget that. Guess what we're doing this month? Okay. You already like the products. All you have to do is do blah, blah, blah. Forget the iPad, but I will keep saying iPad, because apparently everyone wants iPad, and I need them to feel a little bit of FOMO to go, dang, you're right. Because we all do that. I'm like, I totally should have went for that. I should have went for that. That's right. Don't miss this one. You're still going to get some no's, but I bet you'll get a yes. Mm-hmm. Right. So it's just talking about it. And you have to give yourself some wiggle room to mess it up. You have to be willing to say, I am going to run hard and fast after this. And I may leave a Leesa shaped hole in this wall, but I'm going for it. I'm going for it. And it's not going to take you 100 times, but give yourself 100 times. That way you're like, okay, these first 100 people are all going to be no's, because I am going to jack this up, but who knows, by the 20th one, you might be like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been doing. Like, I tell my people, don't ever say like join. If you say, do you want to join? Tell me I have to join something. I don't care what it is. I am out. I'm like, what? When I join, I will never be able to subscriptions for like Disney Plus or whatever. I finally tried to cancel. We had 2 subscriptions for Disney Plus. I tried to cancel one. Now we don't have Disney Plus at all. That's what I think about joining. That's why I don't join. I'm like, because now I can't do it. So I'm like, I tell them, don't, if you're saying join and you're not getting any business from that, don't say join. Mm-hmm. I tell people, this is the price. I include the $10 in the price. This is what it is. And then I tell them now that this is what you get with that price. You also get a year of VIP, pricing. You get, what's that thing called? What's our behind the scenes thing called? Yeah, Choi, my team, for real. What's that? I forgot that, where we have exercises.
Oh, Pivotal.
There we go. Pivotal. There you go. And I always say, it's this thing that we have. Yeah. Pivotal. All right. You get all this stuff, and, for a whole year. Isn't that great? And that works so much better than now. If you join my team, you're also going to have the VIP membership fee of $9.95. Everyone goes, what? But when I say, instead of, $120 or whatever, it's $130, they're like, that's great. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Now with that, this is what you get. You're not changing anything about that. There's zero deception in that. Zero deception in that. You're giving an exact price. You're telling them what they get. You're telling them you're a VIP. Congratulations. And, and you're telling them, hey, if these are products you're going to use every month, you're going to save 25%. At the end of the year, you're going to get a $20 charge. I tell them this like on their second order to make sure they like it, right? You're going to get a $20 charge. You like this? Okay, this is what you're getting for that $20 charge, so that you keep getting the 25% off. But that doesn't come for a year. Just want to give you a heads up, And if they stop taking the products in 3 months, obviously I'm like, hey, we're not going to charge, you know what I mean? I get them out of the system so they don't get charged. I don't want my people to get charged if I know they're never going to use the products, because if you've gotten like 25 phone calls a month going, why did I just get charged $40 or whatever it is? You're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I'm sorry. That's all I have. Bye. I told you more than 10 minutes.
Oh,
Sorry.
You're great. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm sorry I took up your whole time. You can blame Amanda. She knows I talk a lot. She already
Totally
knows.
worth it. Totally worth it.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to pop off. I got to jump on the other one, but I appreciate you guys for having me. All right. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, girl. I love how real she is. And it's just another example of anyone can do this business, and this business is for anyone. Because think about it. She said she could have quit and blamed it and said it didn't work. How many times? And I remember, Amanda, Leesa was on the leaderboard legit every week for 2 years. It got to where I was wondering, like, does she have some like Google Analytics set up where people like Google Plexus and then it automatically orders from her website? Not exaggerating. Leaderboard, whole company, every week for 2 years. And so she totally could have said, well, this comp plan sucks because I'm not ranking, even though I'm on the leaderboard. But instead she looked internally and was like, you know what? I got to do some business work. I got to like really go all in and get focused. And you heard her story. So I don't even want to follow that up, but I'm going to, because that's what we do. I'm going to be very quick because I know we are way over. So 2 things we were going to talk about tonight were the customer care system. Okay. Talked about this with my team a little bit at the team retreat. So if you were there, you have heard this, but listen, a lot of people think that getting a customer is the end of your job. And that is not. It is actually the beginning of your business when you get that customer, whether it's a retail or a VIP. But we don't do any customer care. Okay. And a lot of people don't, because they're waiting for the perfect customer care system before they do something. They're waiting for the perfect welcome message, the perfect welcome video, the perfect email, the perfect graphic, the perfect newsletter. So then guess what? They do nothing. And then their customers are less likely to stay around and less likely to catch the vision of this business because of it. So the first rule of customer care in this business is that the doing matters more than the what. Okay. You just have to connect with people. You just have to connect, show them some appreciation, that, thank them for ordering, and connect with them, because you cannot say the wrong thing when you genuinely care about your customer. When you genuinely had that customer order because you know you can help them with their IBS or you can help them pay for their groceries, then you cannot say the wrong thing to them when it comes to your customer care, right? So all you really have to do is talk to them. Now, we know it's a lot more important in the first few days, first week, first month, that you're asking them questions, right? Not how are you doing? Because everyone answers fine to that. Ask them things like, how's the poop today? That'll get them to answer, right? Have you had a headache yet? Did you have any issues mixing the pink drink, right? So all you're doing, bare minimum, with your customer care is following up and caring about your customers, okay? So the doing more matters more than the what. But, I guess I could have put this in presentation view. If, though, you are looking for a system, there are a million of them out there, okay? So again, don't get tripped up on the system. The doing matters more than the system, but I'm going to give you an example, okay? And this is something, some of these systems are so complicated, I don't even follow them because it's too much for me to think, oh, I have to follow up with all my new customers on like their day 1 and then their day 4 and then their day 5, and then I'm doing it every single day. No. A simple way for customer care is every Wednesday, you're checking in with your customers. No matter where they are in their journey, you're checking in with your customers, okay? Doing it every Wednesday. Set aside 30 minutes, however many you get through. Awesome. Next Wednesday, same thing. Start where you left off. Okay. Keep it simple. But if you're on the Wellness Connection team page, we have a sample customer care system. And even if you aren't on our team page, I know your team has one. Number one thing you should do is add your new customer to your support page. Don't call it a team page, okay? I put in the chat words we should never use when we talk to people. Team page is another one. Call it the support group, okay? Send them and welcome them. Welcome them. Steal a picture of them off of Facebook. Welcome them. Make them feel supported and excited. Send them a welcome guide, okay? Whatever it looks like. I have one. Lots of people have one. You can make one up. Whatever you want to do. Keep it simple. Welcome guide basically tells them how to take their products, okay? And then it's really important just to stay connected in their first 30 days pretty often. But then also in their first 90 days, you want to stay connected, offer encouragement. Sometimes that means just sending them a fun gift. One of my favorite gifts to send my new customers is Elmo on the potty. It's like Elmo, he's like dancing like this. He's like on the potty, do. That's a super fun gift to send to a new customer to let them know, like, I'm thinking of you and I'm invested in your journey, right? And then get them plugged in. I don't care if they told you they don't want this business. That's what I did. Plug them in anyway. We have lots of events on our team page for customers. We have lots of events that corporate hosts. Get them plugged in and connected, because the more they're connected to Plexus and to you and to whatever support page you have, the more likely they're not going to quit on themselves when it gets hard, right? Because getting healthy is hard, right? You have to remember to take your products every day. If you want to lose weight, you got to like change how you're eating. Okay. So the more connected they are, the less likely they will quit on themselves. And when they hit some detox or die off, but they're in that support page or they were in that event and they heard that other woman say like she gained weight before she lost a lot of weight, then they're going to be like, oh, okay, that's normal. Or when they hear the person say like, oh man, like I eventually got rid of my migraines with Plexus, but like that first couple of weeks, I had like some doozies. Okay. It's that connection. Get them plugged in. This is what our customer care system looks like. It's a clickable document. It's on our team page. It's pinned under featured. You can use this exactly as it's written, or you can take what you need, okay? It tells you what to do on day 1. It's got a sample message. Tells you what to do on day 2, sample message. Goes all the way down to day 90. But as we get further in their journey, it's not every day, right? It's like first 5 days and then every week. And then every 2 weeks, and then every, 4 weeks. Okay. So don't worry though, if you're messy. The point is just connect with your customers. Okay. And again, that Elmo gif, I'm telling you, it's a good one. It's cute. People love it. Okay. Real quick, because we do a product training, the Smart Snack Minis, guys, these are still around. They are on sale. And let me tell you, if you haven't ordered these yet, you need to get them. They are a perfect snack for anyone. I don't care your age. I don't care who you are. We actually now, I should have put a picture on here. We have a big glass bowl on our kitchen counter full of Smart Snack Minis. Okay. Having a chocolate attack, grab a Smart Snack Mini. Kind of hungry before dinner, but don't want to ruin your dinner, have a Smart Snack Mini. Feeling munchy in the evenings or something, grab a mini. Okay. So the thing about these, they are not a protein bar. Okay, they are not like the Smart Snack that is in the Reset. This is not a protein bar. This is a snack that has protein. Okay, because most snacks, when you get snacky, right, most like granola bars or bags of chips or popcorn, none of that has protein in it. So each mini has 5 grams of protein to help you with that lean muscle. And we know with the Reset how important protein is. It's only 80 calories per snack. 1 gram or less of added sugar and up to 4 grams of fiber. So it's a really good healthy snack. Okay. Of course, with everything in Plexus, it's non-GMO, no fake sugars, no fake colors, nothing artificial, no preservatives, and 10 grams or less of carbs. The consistency of these, if you've not had one, is kind of like a chewy granola bar. I really, really love them. I am a chocolate person. I thought I would love the chocolate fudge brownie. It's my least favorite. My number one favorite, which I did not expect, is lemon zest. And I do not like lemon cakes. I don't like lemon cupcakes. I don't like lemon anything except like a lemon head, but I love the lemon zest. And then the blueberry almond, I thought that would be my favorite actually before the chocolate. It's my number 2. I really like it. My daughter loves the chocolate fudge brownie. And I'm going to tell you a little trick. You take that chocolate fudge brownie, you put some peanut butter on top of it, or almond butter, or cashew butter. You pop that in the microwave for about 10 seconds. It is an even more delicious, savory snack. You want something sweet? I always like something sweet with a cup of coffee, like in the evening, sometimes after dinner. It's like my dessert. I always have to have coffee with dessert at a restaurant. Pop one of those Smart Snack chocolate minis with some nut butter in the microwave. It is delicious, and it is way less calories than a lean. You know, lean is awesome. I use lean all of the time to make mug cakes and just snacking, but sometimes you don't want like 140 calories. Sometimes you don't want 20 grams of protein right before bed, right? So these Smart Snack minis really kind of fill that void. Amanda says she has the chocolate mini with her wine. Yes, a lot of people, you know, I'm going to go ahead and stop my share, but a lot of people want to have some little bit of dark chocolate with some red wine. That is brilliant that you have the Smart Snack, because you are getting a healthier snack. And I have to admit, they taste better than I thought. I thought they were going to taste like the one in the Reset, which is fine, but these are a lot more savory. And they're teeny tiny. It's like 3 bites. So you're not going to be sharing them with anybody. So that's it. If you haven't gotten them, they come in a combo pack. So you get all 3 flavors in one bag. There hasn't been any word yet if they're going to come and do individual bags, like if you could only buy just like a bag of lemon, because for now, technically, there's still like a special limited edition, limited time only product. They're not a permanent product yet, but they are on sale this month. So if you don't have them, go grab them. I put them in my kiddo's lunch. I put them in the bag where she takes to theater when she's at rehearsal for like 5 hours. I keep them in my purse. When I travel, Amanda will laugh. I used to always get a meat stick when I would fly, and she would make fun of me. She's like, "Who opens a meat stick on a plane and eats like a meat stick?" I always did. Well, now the past 2 flights, Amanda, no meat stick. I've had my Smart Snack minis in my little zipper bag. So all right, friends, thank you for being on. I will post the recording here in a little bit. Bye, friends.